Hey everybody, welcome to part 2. Um, so, if you watched my last video, it should be right above here. You just heard about all the unfortunate things and everything that went wrong on my family's trip down here. And so now I will talk about all the pleasant things. Okay, so, one, as I mentioned earlier, my friends and I don't get to go to restaurants because we have no money. And so when your parents come, we get to go to restaurants. And it was so much fun and delicious to pick what I want to eat because at my homestay, like they put a bowl of sludge in front of you, you have to eat the sludge. And if you don't eat the sludge, you're like, oh, are you not hungry? Is the sludge not good? It's awkward. And so it's like, yeah, okay. So picking what you want to eat is beautiful. Like I'm a foodie. I love to cook and bake and like I like to make food and like I like even like just having a choice of like what I want to eat is wonderful. So restaurants, perks of families coming to visit. All right, perk number 2. I got to show them my country. I like to think that Chile is sometimes my country. So it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty beautiful. You can't see the ocean right now because of the reflection of the light, but I get to look at that all day and it's wonderful. So I got to show them, we had once, which is dinner with my host fam, and I was mentally preparing them. I said like, I don't know what food they're gonna give us, but you have to eat it. And I was like, host mom is just gonna keep bringing out food. What do you know? Host mom keeps bringing out food, and like, my mom doesn't speak any Spanish. Johnny like is in high school Spanish, but so he knows vocab, but it's like hard to put sentences together. And what else? Yeah, so that was fun. They got to see like my crazy host fam, and they got to experience the tortas that host mom makes because she's actually trying to make me fat. Here's a prime example. Well, today's Wednesday, but Sunday night we were eating this chocolate cake, and it's like a rectangle, and so she cuts it in like the short way, and then cuts that. They're like thin, long rectangles, and then she cuts it in half to make like 2 pieces. So she does one of those, cuts it in half, puts it on a plate, and like puts it on the table. And I was like, okay. And then she does it another one to make more pieces, and she cuts it, and then instead of cutting it in half, she cuts it like 3/4 and then 1/4. And she gives me the 3/4. And it's like, I do love cake, but like, she gives me more cake than like her husband or 2 daughters. And so that's an example of this country is trying to make me fat. Okay, so they got to, my host mom made 3 cakes. She made a tres leche cake, she made a chocolate cake, and she made like a raspberry yogurt cake. And then she made these beautiful sandwiches that were so cute with like goat cheese and palta, avocado, and like ham and like other things. And they were so cute. And then she made these cute little pastries, more sweets because trying to make me fat. They're like little like puff balls with like manjar, which is like Chilean Nutella. Um, really good. I told my family that like this is going to be a long experience and you will leave with a stomach ache, which is how I leave every meal because they give me so much food. Um, what else was I going to say? So it ended up being 3 hours, and they were like expecting it. Johnny was like, "Is this gonna be like a 1 hour thing?" He's like, "Nope, this is gonna be long." And I don't know why the light keeps flashing like that, but it does. So I got to show them like where I live, my room, and like how I walk to school, the bus I take to school. I brought them up to school one day when I had a test, and so they got to see how cool my school is. I'm gonna show you again because I love it. There's my school. Look how cool it looks. It's like 3D and modern and looks at the ocean. And anyways, okay, we're back. So on one of the days they were here, we did a walking tour of Valparaiso, which I struggle saying that, so I mostly call it Valpo. And I like to compare Valpo and Viña to like Minneapolis, St. Paul, for all of you like Minnesotans out there. I live in St. Paul and I also live in Valpo here, but it's like a good time to go to Minneapolis, mix things up. Sometimes it's a little more hip happening, but like I'm really glad that I live in St. Paul. And that's how I feel about Viña and Valpo. It's really cool. It's a little bit crazier, not as like, they don't have as much flat land, so it's like much more hills and crazy. So we did a tour of that, and we saw like the beautiful street art, and like our tour guide was really awesome. She was giving us such history. It was great. And then we did a cooking class also, which was like, Johnny wasn't super thrilled about that. I really wanted to do that. I mentioned I like food, and so I wanted to do a cooking class with my aunt and my mom when they came. And then they had to change their trip, and so my aunt couldn't come anymore, and so Johnny had to come as replacement. And so we missed you, Aunt Katie. It would have been a good time. I could have showed you my cooking class, and we could have like typical Chilean dishes. But I wanted to do it anyways, and so we made empanadas, we made pastel de choclo, we made pisco sours, we made pebre, we made a dessert, churimoya with orange juice. We made lots of good food and had lots of good company. There was a German couple that was also doing it, and they were really cool. They had actually been traveling the world. And then there were 3 other couples that were from the United States, and all the guys were in the Navy and had actually just like docked. I don't know what it's exactly called. They'd stopped in Valpo and like gotten to leave the boat, and they're Navy fighter pilots, and their wives came down from the US to come visit for like the 5 days they had available. And so they were really funny people. Like they're all in their late 20s, early 30s, and they were just so fun. We had a good time with the cooking class. I took family to the dunes with some friends, which are the sand dunes. I don't know if I've showed some pics of that, but they're these like, so it goes like Valpo's here, and then Viña del Mar is here, and then this city called Reñaca is little right here, and then this city called Concon. And so there's the dunes of Concon, and I don't know why that they're there, but it's like huge sand mounds. And so you can rent, on the weekends, you can rent like little boards and like go surfing down them, but we went on a Wednesday, and so they didn't have that. But we did the dunes. It was a very windy day. Got sand everywhere. I tell you, you go to the dunes, once you leave the dunes, you will find sand in your socks and in your shoes that you didn't even wear to the dunes. Like sand is everywhere. Anyways, so we got nice and sandy, and then when we went to San Cajon de Maipo, if you watched my other video, it was an adventure. I thought I was gonna die, but it was beautiful. The pictures we were looking at, and my mom was like, "Oh, Johnny, did you take those in black and white?" And it was like, no, because the world was literally just black and white when we were there. And so that was funny. My mom and I did a tour of Santiago the day they left, and that was cool, just hanging out with my mom. Fun times. We did, and they brought presents. So I don't know if you see this cup I am drinking and this thermos, but watch this. Not sure if you see that, but that is real coffee, my friends. Real coffee. It's wonderful. It's like Starbucks instant, which is so good because I didn't make it quite right. This is the first time I'm making it. And you're supposed to mix like 8 ounces with the like little packet. And I didn't know what this was, and so I just poured some water to guess. But tomorrow I'll make it better. So I have some coffee. They brought me cookies. They brought peanut butter. They brought more clothes for me because I think I wore this maybe in the last video or something. I wear this outfit a lot, a nice Target v-neck with a cardigan. Just mix up my 2 different cardigans and my 3 different Target v-necks, and you have so many combinations. So I got clothes. They brought some things for my friends who are from Minnesota, so they were very #thankful for that. Let's see, what's coming up? Oh, so my program messed up our visas, and so we came on tourist visas, which you can stay in the country for 90 days with. 90 days is next Wednesday, a week from today, and so we hope we're not getting deported next Wednesday because we don't have our visas yet. Hopefully we'll just get a fine and not get deported, and AAFS, our program, will be paying for that fine. We were told yesterday by our program director that we should try to leave the country, but little does this country know that we have tried to leave 3 times to go to Argentina, and Argentina will not let us in because of the stupid snow. And so we have tried to leave the country. I'm going to try to leave the country again Halloween weekend, but that will be after the 90 days, so I don't know what's going to happen. What's coming up next? I'm going to drink this coffee. I have class all day today. So on Wednesdays, I have 4 Spanish classes right in a row. Boom, 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 boom. And so my brain is kind of fried on Wednesdays because it's just a lot of Spanish. And what else? My friend's mom is here, so hopefully I'll get to meet her and her grandpa because he's also here. What else is new? This is my lunch because I will be at school today, so host mom packed me a lunch. I don't know what it is yet. Well, I stole another banana and an apple, and it's usually like some sort of salad and some sort of like rice, quinoa, couscous, noodles with some vegetables because I eat lots of vegetables in this country. This weekend, on Friday, there is the World Cup 17 and under here in Viña. I don't think that came out right, but on Friday, the United States of America is playing Chile. And so my friends and I are going, and it's going to be so fun. And yeah, it's going to be a really good time. Watch some football. And that's about it we have coming up for this weekend. Hopefully, I'll let you know how this game goes. I hope go USA. I hope we win. Go 17-year-olds. What else is next? Yeah, Mendoza, school, just nursing things. I think yep, that's my whole list of things I wanted to tell you about. So it was a pleasant time seeing my family here, getting to show them my city, my country, and everything I do here. And yes, I will see them in December. I will see the rest of you in December, some of you in January when I go back to school. But yes, anyways, ciao for now.